538 did a statistical analysis on what percentage of the time various senators voted with Trump, and I want to take a look at the so-called Republican Mavericks who the media tells me they buck orthodoxy so much on the right, and, you know, they rise above the fray, and they know how to hold their own accountable. So, of course, I'm talking about people like Lindsey Graham and John McCain and Marco Rubio and Rand Paul. I mean, these are all people who they said, oh, they're going to be, you know, they're going to be the counter to Trump within the Republican Party. Okay, so let's take a look. Lindsey Graham, what percentage of the time has he voted with Donald Trump when he's been hailed as, oh my God, look, he's holding him accountable. He's talking about Russia. Trump saying, no, Russia's not an issue. Lindsey Graham saying it's an issue and we're going to stand up against Trump. So far, Lindsey Graham has voted with Trump 100% of the time. He's yet to vote against him. Every nominee he voted for that Trump picked, anything that's come up so far that Trump has supported, he's supported. What a maverick. Marco Rubio, again, Russia is one of the issues. There were a few other issues where he said, I'm going to stand up against Donald on this because he's wrong on this. Marco Rubio has voted with Trump 100% of the time. It's amazing. John McCain, same thing. I'm not kidding. John McCain's he was on the head of a freaking magazine cover the other day. And it was like standing up to Trump or some goofy nonsense like that. He's voted with Trump 94% of the time. You can't make this stuff up. The bar is so low for the Republicans. And by the way, compare this with the story we just covered. How many times did the corporate Democrats vote with Trump? Joe Manchin voted with Trump 73% of the time. Heidi Heitkamp, 63.2% of the time. I don't think any Democrats to this point have voted against all of Trump's nominees. None. But there's countless Republicans who voted 100% of the time with Trump. You see how the game is rigged? You see how it's lopsided? There's no strong Democrats. Virtually all the Republicans are strong. And that they're going to vote with, you know, their dear leader. Okay, then you have Rand Paul. Now, come on, Rand Paul. I mean, I like Rand Paul. Rand Paul, I almost agree with him on half the issues. The guy on social issues is pretty good when it comes to the drug war, for example. On foreign policy, he's great because he's non-interventionist. He's like his dad on that issue. Maybe he's not as good as his dad because his dad is more principled in his libertarianism than Rand is. But, you know, Rand is the best of the Republicans, I think, by far. He's as good as they get, as good as the Republicans come. Rand Paul has voted with Donald Trump 90% of the time. Take your maverick talk, take your brave truth teller talk for a hike. Not interested in it. Numbers don't lie. Facts are facts. What we learn here is the Republicans get credit for disagreeing with Trump just a little bitty bit. And the Democrats, you know, I just told you, many of the Democrats are just Republicans. What is it, 3-4 different Democrats who voted with Trump a majority of the time? So you have weak Democrats, you have strong Republicans, and this is why we say the Overton window in the country has shifted so far to the right from the 1980s and onward. So now the so-called left, the so-called far left in the country is just internationally centrist and moderate. A guy like Bernie Sanders, you put him in Denmark or Norway, they're like, he might be a conservative with his positions. Because the things he's fighting for are just a duh there. Like, oh, a living wage? Duh. You know, oh, you don't want to fight stupid wars? Duh. Oh, you want single-payer healthcare and free college? Duh. Like, that's grandfathered in. Even the conservatives in those places are like, yeah, we agree with that. Duh. Come on, man. It's obvious. So you put Bernie in those places, they're like, he's kind of centrist-y, maybe a little bit conservative. But here in the U.S., a far left, oh my God, far left. No, it's that our spectrum, specifically the spectrum in Washington, D.C., in the government is way off to the right. Among the American people, again, they agree with Bernie Sanders. You look at the polling data, the American people agree with him on almost every issue. So the country is significantly to the left of these cretins in Washington, and there's another example of it right here, how far off the rails they've gone.